Welcome, dear listener. Find a quiet space, take a deep breath, and allow your energy to settle. In today's tale, we meet a wanderer named Ella One, whose mind dances with clouds and whose thoughts drift like wind. This is a story of the undefined or open crown center, a center open to the infinite, sensitive to thought forms, inspiration, and the pressure to make sense of it all. Let your imagination unfold and allow this story to mirror the deeper truth within you. The whispering wind and the empty sky. In a faraway land where the sky stretched endlessly and the stars blinked like ancient memories, there lived a wanderer named Ella. Ella's mind was a kaleidoscope. One moment still as a pond, the next flooded with questions that came not from within, but from the very air around her. The villagers called Elian sky-touched, for they often found them staring at the heavens, eyes wide and unfocused, as if chasing clouds only they could see. Inspiration flowed through Elian like wind through open windows. Thoughts, ideas, and questions arrived in gusts, sometimes exhilarating, sometimes exhausting. Elian had an undefined crown center. Though they didn't know it by name, they lived its essence. Their mind was open, impressionable, and deeply receptive to the thoughts and questions of others. In the presence of a philosopher, Ella would become philosophical. Near a seeker, she would become a seeker too. But when alone, she often felt lost in the vastness of her thoughts, unsure which questions were truly her own. She wandered from village to village, learning a little about everything, but mastering nothing. Why am I here? What is the meaning of this? Should I be doing more? These questions nibbled at Ella's mind like wind teasing the corners of a parchment map. One day, weary from the endless questioning, Ella stumbled into a grove shrouded in mist. At its center sat an old master, wrapped in robes the color of moonlight. The master's eyes were not focused on the sky, but turned inward, peaceful and clear. "You carry the sky in your mind," the master said without introduction. "But you've forgotten that clouds do not need answers to drift. They simply do." Elian blinked. "I'm always thinking, always wondering. I feel pulled in every direction. Every place I go, every person I meet, their thoughts become mine. I don't know who I am beneath all the questions." The master smiled and motioned to a still pool nearby. "Come, sit, watch," Elian said. At first, the surface rippled with their presence, but soon it stilled. Then clouds passed overhead, reflected in the water. "That," said the master, "is your gift. You reflect. You amplify. You are the open sky vast, clear, and capable of receiving the heavens. Your undefined crown is not empty, it's spacious. It allows you to perceive what others cannot." "But I feel overwhelmed," Ella whispered, "as if I must find the answers to every question that enters me." The master picked up a pebble and dropped it into the pool. "That is not your task. You are not here to chase every thought. You are here to notice, to witness, to feel the inspirations of life without becoming enslaved by them. Not every question must be answered. Some are meant to pass through like clouds." Understanding bloomed in Ella's chest. Her life had been a storm of borrowed questions, a pressure to make sense of the endless stream of thought. But the master had shown her another way to be the sky, not the storm. She returned to her wandering, but with a new rhythm. When inspiration came, she let it in, breathed with it, and then let it go. In conversation, she became wise not by knowing answers, but by asking the questions that others couldn't see. Her spacious mind became a sanctuary for those who needed clarity. For in Ella's presence, thoughts could untangle and inspiration could land. And so, Elian's gift was no longer a burden. Their undefined crown was not a void, it was a portal, a passage through which the divine whispered, a mirror for the collective mind. Her challenge had not been the questions, it was believing she had to solve them all. Now, she knew, the sky was never meant to hold the clouds, only to offer them space to pass. The story of Ella teaches us that openness is not emptiness, it is capacity. An undefined crown center means you are sensitive to thought forms and inspiration, but not all of it is meant for you to hold or solve. By learning discernment and practicing mental stillness, you turn your spaciousness into a gift. Thank you for listening to this journey. If this story touched your heart, be sure to like, subscribe, and join us again for more tales of human energy,